Trying to lift 50 pounds when you have a belly that's out to here is beyond me. It's already hard enough to get myself out of bed. What makes you think I can pick up this 50-pound box and put it on a conveyor belt? My name is Marley. I was a former Amazon employee at the MKE2 facilities in Wisconsin. When I found out I was pregnant, I still had to work like a regular worker. Even though I put in my accommodations, I didn't hear anything back. I didn't get a confirmation page or anything like that from the disability services. I did have a high-risk pregnancy. I had developed gestational diabetes, gestational hypertension, and it started to progress into preeclampsia. No matter how many times I stressed that I'm pregnant, I was still put in the predicament of having to work just as hard as everybody else, but not being able to actually do those type of things due to my health issues. They put me in an area where 2 conveyors are just slamming boxes at you consistently, and your role is to pick them up and put them back on another conveyor belt to send them to reroute to where they're supposed to go. I had a chair in my area I would sit down at, but when the manager that was across from my area saw me sitting, he would take my chair away. But thank the Lord for coworkers. They used to go on a hunt to find a chair just to make sure I would sit down and feel comfortable. The way that Amazon ignored me during my pregnancy made me feel lost, frustrated too. It was already hard to maneuver around and having to run and check my blood sugar because of the diabetes, and trying to relax to eat or to check my sugars was pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty miserable. It just felt like I was just having to go to work and then coming home and still trying to assess, bring my sugars down, hurry up and get rest, just to turn right back around and do the same thing again. It took a pretty big mental toll on me. I never heard anything back for accommodations at the end. The only thing they did was grant my maternity leave, and even then that was a struggle. The issue with my maternity leave for me was my doctor stated that my due date was going to be April 7th. So I put in for that, and they told me the earliest I could take my leave would be March 11th. It couldn't be March 7th, which technically that would be a whole month from April. Then come to find out, my doctor said the health issues that I was having within my pregnancy, it was pushing me to the point of we have to take the baby now or we're going to risk losing both of you guys within a couple of weeks. Amazon still was telling me that since my due date was April 7th, this is what we're going to abide by. I was able to go on my leave March 11th, but I had my baby 10 days after that. The lack of attention and care as a worker, it did push me to leave the company. It's important for me to share my story to open people's eyes and mind to what goes on in reality at Amazon. It's not, oh, nice and sweet and butterflies and roses. No, like this is hardcore, like what it is. And I would love to help and make sure that the next pregnant woman who's in Amazon be able to speak up and stand up for themselves. I would like the investors to know that we're all people. They have family too. Would you want one of your family members who are pregnant to have to go through hardship or harassment or discrimination just to the fact that they're bringing in new life? Is this something that you actually want to pour into, or to actually build up to make it a better company and more comfortable for us pregnant workers?